The Robber, English translation of the Maithili short-story Tashkar by Gajendra Thakur, English translation by the author himself. The Robber 1. Inside the Saligram stone, a hole exists. The black Saligram stone is found near the river Narmada. In Jamsam village, much has changed, right from the devout worship place of the village deity to other things, but some of the other symbolic things are present. But any symbolic existence of my love story is not present anywhere anymore. The plantation and the jungle have become sparse now. When I was a child, the mango orchard was full of underground passages and holes made by animals. It was full of distinct kind of birds and big and small animals. From the month of Jesta to Aghan, Malati and I used to gossip around the Khurchania creeper. During the Falgun Chaitra month, we used to have endless conversations near the Lavanglata bush, Malkoka, Kumud, Bhet, Kamalghatta root, the reddish bisar. We were in search of these, wandering through the mud and muddy water. Barefooted, we hopped around thorny bushes and played a game of 7 houses in the mango orchard. We used to make our imaginary home with the karbir bush. Malti used to preserve the seeds of flowers. Malti was the same age as me. My mother used to say that Malti was 6 months older than me, but my father used to tell me that she was 6 months younger than me. Why he used to tell this, I came to understand much later. During the entire mango season, Malti and I guarded the mango orchard, but at dusk, before night fell, my maternal uncle Bachru and Malti's father Khagnath ji would come to the orchard to guard it during the night. But here also there is no symbolic presence of our love tales. I mean the love story of Kesav and Malati. But there at the Pakka village deity spot, I try to look for the black saligram stone, which has a hole inside. I had stealthily placed the stone here somewhere. The villagers had spent a lot to make the dome for the village deity place. Earlier, there was nothing here. The stairways for the pond had been constructed by the king and this Pakka temple. Only though these two things still existed, but the poor king could not worship here. Out of dishonor, he didn't come to this village. 2. I am Kesav, from village Mangroni, of Narhone Sulhane root, Gotra Parasar, son of poet Madhurapati. Malati was the daughter of Khagnath Jha of Mandar Sihol root and Kasyap Gotra of village Jamsam. Khagnath ji and my maternal uncle Bachru were close friends. My Bachru mama hailed from Jamsam village. He was well-to-do and we were poor. So for the 1 month summer vacation and the 15th day Durga Puja holidays till Chhath Puja, I used to stay in my maternal uncle's village. During the summer vacations, I would guard the mango orchard, watching the ripening of the early white mango variety to late the Calcutta mango variety. During Durga Puja, we enjoyed the celebrations right from the first day till the immersion ceremony. Again, during the Deepavali festival, I lit the bamboo leaves and returned to my village at the time of the Chhath festival. In between throughout the year, I occasionally visited Jamsam village. With Malti, I often quarreled once. When I was in the 4th class, during the summer, I was visiting Uncle Bachru's mango orchard. I quarreled and stopped talking to Malti since I was angry. However, I forgave her soon and resumed chatting with her. Malti always unusually softened me. She never remembered the topic of our quarrels. Once I went up to her and said, I am sorry for that. For what? She said. For that over which we quarreled. I realized neither she nor I remembered what we quarreled about. So after that, I never fought with her. She, however, often used to get angry with me, and then I would ask her why she was not talking to me. And since she never remembered the matter for which she was angry, and neither did I, then what is this quarrel all about? Life went on in this way. After the summer vacation, I waited for the Durga Puja, and after the Durga Puja vacation, I looked forward to the summer vacation, from when this wait began. I do not remember. 3. Father lived by sharecropping in the village. That is, he worked in the hill fields of others for a share. After middle school, there was no school for higher education in the vicinity. All the Sanskrit schools had closed. So there was no school for me. Year long, either it was work or vacation. My mother's parents were alive. My mother visited her father's place now and then. I also used to visit my maternal uncle's village often. There were many problems in that village. I often heard the talk about the preservation of Panji from my father. He also said that this was only possible if I could be married to Malti. Malti was my friend, but we became distant after the preservation of Panji topic began. The ease with which we met suddenly started to vanish. While seeing her, I started imagining her as my wife, and I am sure she must have felt it too. 4. Soon after that, Bachru Mama came to my village, Madhurapati. Bachru, in your hands now lies all my respect. Khagnath's daughter is simply appropriate for Kesav. She is beautiful and good-natured, but our Kesav is also magnificent. Both are of the same age, but Malti is younger by some days. Oh, you do know that my father gave 700 rupees to the bride's father, and then my marriage was solemnized, and my father had Panji. But we do not have land now. Yesterday, the genealogist came on a mare. The mare was intoxicated after drinking bubble. He told me at once that only Khagnath's daughter is available, while he prepared the list of the probable, and if that does not happen, I would be devoured from the East Coast Srotriyas group. Bachru, I am going to ask Khagnath. He is my friend, but what is inside his mind that only he can tell. I didn't know why my heart was filled with love. I had accompanied Bachru Mama to his village. 5. Malti, Kesav, if you are married to somebody else, then how can we meet? Kesav, if you were married to somebody else, then how you would ask these meaningless questions? Malti, but you understand one thing. Yesterday your maternal uncle was talking to my father regarding our marriage. Kesav, then Malti, no, all was well, but then a messenger from the king of Darbhanga came to say that he had a message to convey from the king. Kesav, what was the message from the king? Malti, I don't know, but the messenger told my father not to finalize my marriage for some time. Kesav, you are so beautiful. The king must have seen some boy for you. Malti, I don't know. 6. The caravan of the king's ministers stood in front of Khagnathji's house. What changes happened in these 2 days? The messenger had passed on some messages. So Khagnathji is in such a hurry now for the marriage of his daughter. See the swiftness. People reached there in large numbers, and all were busy with the welcome ceremony. I too was observing everything. By evening, my father had also come. There went the minister's caravan, and my father's hand touched his forehead, and he then relapsed into silence. Khagnathji was also silent. The king had sent a proposal for his marriage to Malti. King Bideswar Singh, what a shame. He must have been over 40 years of age, and this proposal of marriage with a 13 or 14-year-old girl. What was the status of Khagnathji? How could he oppose the proposal? My father was anxious. The Panji would not be preserved. On that day in the evening, I met Malti near the corner of her house. Her big eyes, like the Karjani, were swollen. It looked like she had wept without consolation for hours. What I said to her, I don't remember. Yes, but in the end, I told her that everything would be all right. 7. In Jamsam village, the marriage proposal was solemnized between King Biraswar Singh and Malati. Also, in Jamsam village, a pond was dug. Beside the pond, a new temple was constructed. How could the king worship in a temple constructed by others? But I, Kesav, was the son of poet Madhurapati. The marriage date came closer. There were no other auspicious days during that season. That evening, I told my plans to Malati. In a wooden cart, the front part as well as the back remains unstable. The pressure on the front must be more because otherwise the back would be unstable and the cart would tumble. But I balanced the back of the cart and I waited for Malti near the bamboo trees. She came and sat on the cart. Whoever saw me on the road didn't talk to me for fear that the cart would tumble. She saw a colorful Patarangi bird and nearly exclaimed aloud. I put my fingers on her lips. I brought Malti to my village. The wedding preparations had started. My dhoti was being colored for the occasion. Somebody came from Malti's village to inquire about her. I captured that person and held him back. When the question arose in my village, who would perform the ceremony of Kanyadan from the bride's side, I brought out that person. I said, he is from the bride's village, so he will perform Kanyadan. I put down the leather salam sahisu, wore a dhoti and performed the marriage rites. The Vermilan ceremony, where the sacred Vermilan is placed on Malti's head was fated to be performed only by my hand. 8. Now what would King Biraswar Singh do? He called the genealogist and ordered him to place the derogatory title of Tashkar, robber, before my name in the Panji. But Madhurapati was full of pride for his son. A tiger's son is again a tiger. Panji and water both go downwards as courage flows down from father to son. But after Tashkar Kesab marriage, Khagnath Jha of Srikant Jha Panji's daughter, Madhurapati's Kshatriya category would remain in existence. And after 100 years, a play is going to be performed in this village. Sultana, the robber, and I, Tashkar Kesav, from root Mangaroni, Naranya Sulhani of Parasar Gotra, son of poet Madhurapati, am looking for symbols of my love story in this village Jamsam, but only that pond built by King Biraswar Singh and the dilapidated temple could be seen. Poor king, he didn't come again to this village out of shame. This pond and the dilapidated temple are the remains of our love.